Did you know that the human body contains around 37 trillion cells, and each one of them is constantly communicating? Not just working, actually communicating, sending signals, exchanging information, deciding what to do next. Your entire body is basically a living city with more citizens than there are stars in our galaxy. And all of them cooperate so perfectly that you don't even notice. But here's a thought that will bend your mind. What if every single cell had consciousness? Not human consciousness, but its own tiny form of awareness. What if your body was a community of 37 trillion minds, working together to create the you that you think you are? Let's imagine it. First of all, your body would become the most chaotic democracy ever created. Every cell would have opinions. Every cell would vote. Every cell would want something different. Your immune cells would constantly be yelling, "Invader! Invader! Attack!" While your fat cells would be like, "Relax guys, let's store more energy and chill." Meanwhile, neurons, the brain cells, would act like overworked managers. "Okay everyone, please calm down, we're trying to think here." But it gets crazier. If your cells were conscious, hunger would be an entire political movement inside your body. Millions of cells chanting, "We want glucose. We want glucose." And when you finally eat something, all of them celebrate like a stadium after a winning goal. Now imagine trying to go on a diet. Your fat cells would personally sabotage you. "Hey, don't listen to the stomach, eat the cake. Trust us." You'd basically be arguing with yourself, literally. But let's take this further. What if cells could communicate concepts, not just signals? Not just, "Repair this," or "Divide now," but actual ideas. Your heart cells might tell you to rest. Your gut cells might warn you about bad food before you eat it. Your muscle cells might motivate you during workouts like a personal cheer squad. Your body wouldn't be a machine anymore, it would be an ecosystem. You wouldn't just feel things, you'd get internal messages from billions of tiny voices. You'd never be lonely again, because you technically have an entire civilization living inside you. But let's go deeper. If cells had awareness, they'd also have memory. Meaning your body might literally remember events separately from your mind. Imagine your arm remembering every bruise, every injury, every touch. Imagine your lungs remembering every breath of cold air in winter. Imagine your skin remembering every hand that ever touched it. And here's the wild part. Your cells might have their own opinions about people. Meeting someone toxic. Your cells would instantly hate that person. Meeting someone kind. Your cells would relax, communicate better, maybe even heal faster. This actually isn't too far from reality. Scientists already know that the body responds emotionally in ways we don't consciously understand. But conscious cells would take this to a whole new level. Now imagine society. Doctors wouldn't just treat diseases, they'd negotiate with your cells. "Hey liver cells, listen, please stop panicking. We're giving you medicine. Work with us here." Lifestyle advice would become literal diplomacy. Psychologists would focus not only on your thoughts, but on the emotional state of your internal population. Stress. That's basically a civil war inside you. Chronic fatigue. Your mitochondrial workforce is on strike. People would talk about their bodies like countries. "My digestive system is having political instability. My immune system is forming extremist groups again. My neurons are threatening a rebellion if I don't sleep tonight." But let's push the idea even further. If each cell had consciousness, then dying wouldn't be just one thing ending. It would be 37 trillion tiny lives fading at once, unless they could move on, or communicate with something beyond us. That would change everything we think about life, death, identity, and the soul. But now comes the scientific angle. Cells already perform insanely complex tasks, they adapt. They make decisions. They communicate with chemical languages more advanced than any human invention. Some scientists believe cellular behavior already resembles primitive intelligence. So maybe consciousness is not a yes, no thing. Maybe it's a spectrum. Maybe your body already has a kind of collective awareness you just can't hear. So what if we could unlock it? What if a future technology allowed us to communicate with ourselves directly? Not spiritually, biologically. Imagine an app on your phone showing your cells messaging you like a group chat. Hey, can you drink more water today? Bro, your liver is struggling. Stop stressing, we're doing our best down here. You'd never ignore your body again. Health would skyrocket. Lifespans would double. Cancer might be preventable, because cancer cells would literally talk before mutating. Hey, I think we're going wrong. Should we fix this? But as always, there's a dark side. If cells have desires and self-preservation instincts, some might refuse to die when necessary. Some might rebel. Some might demand more resources than others. Your body might develop internal conflicts similar to real societies. Imagine trying to sleep while your adrenal cells are screaming. Another dose of adrenaline. Let's panic for no reason. Now let's push into the philosophical layer. If each cell had its own awareness, then the self, the you, wouldn't be one thing. You would be a collective consciousness, like a galaxy of minds cooperating to create one unified identity. Your personality would be the result of trillions of negotiations happening every second without your knowledge. You are not one being, you are many beings operating as one. And this raises the biggest question: what is a personality? What is free will? What is you? If billions of micro-minds influence your emotions, habits, and decisions, are your cravings truly yours? Or are they demands from specific groups of cells? Is sadness a mental state? Or is it your cell society expressing reduced morale? Is intuition just your gut cells trying to help you avoid danger? This would reshape everything: science, philosophy, medicine, even religion. Now imagine relationships. When you hug someone, it wouldn't just be two people touching. It would be trillions of cells from both sides exchanging signals of comfort, safety, and warmth. Falling in love wouldn't be just chemistry, it would be two entire civilizations connecting. Arguments would become dangerous. A breakup might shake your internal harmony so deeply that billions of cells experience trauma. Friendships would have cellular memories. Your body would recognize people even before your mind does. And here's the twist: maybe this already happens. Maybe that feeling of trusting your gut, or getting a bad vibe from someone, or feeling safe with a person instantly, is your internal population reacting before your conscious mind understands why. So here's the ultimate question: if you discovered that your body is actually a massive conscious collective, would you treat yourself differently? Would you listen more closely to your instincts? Would you negotiate better with your health? And most importantly, if you could talk to your trillions of cells right now, what would you say to them?